My name is Dana Schoening. I am the Assistant City Manager for Planning and Operations with the City of Sweetwater, and what that means is I'm responsible for planning and operational divisions, which include parks, cemetery, streets, and the service center. And what we have really done this off-season, just to give you an update on the types of things that we're doing as it would relate to parks and cemetery. We've taken our cemetery, which is 78 acres in size, and due to issues that we had with the ice storm last year, we had lost some trees, and we've had some issues landscape-wise. We've gone in there and cleaned up the cemetery. We're actually finishing up right now where we've taken out dead vegetation. We've cleaned up areas along the fence lines, along some of the grave sites where we had to trim up some of the trees as well. And the idea is to beautify the cemetery. We're trying to address concerns that have been raised the last year or so on maintenance, and so this off-season we've stepped it up to make it easier for us to maintain down the line. And we do have plans now to, when we get into the spring, to do some additional planting, tree plantings, and do some more beautification at the cemetery. That's important to us, it's important to the residents of the City of Sweetwater, so we are taking painstaking efforts to work on the cemetery. Aside from the cemetery, we've taken a look at our park areas. Fraley Park, Newman Park, Booker T. Washington, and Jones Park are the 4 parks that we spend a lot of time at. We want those parks utilized by our sports associations in the spring and the summer, but this is the time of the year where the activities are a little bit lower there, and so we're taking efforts to improve the park areas. I think the public would notice more, you'd notice more about what we're doing even along curb lines, more meticulous maintenance where it's again more of a beautification effort. Looking to do some work on our playground equipment where we have other areas, our ballpark areas, fence lines and so forth, to make sure that they look nice. And that's important to the staff here, and it's important to the community, so we're stepping up efforts to maintain our parks at a higher level for the public. One other area that is probably very noticeable is at the Lamar Y area, where we had some vegetation plantings there. We have since removed all of those plantings. They were difficult to maintain. It wasn't really the right type of vegetation for that area. So in working with the Sweetwater Chamber of Commerce, the Chamber of Commerce is working with a landscaper to come up with a new plan, a new landscape plan for that Y. And so we'll be working in partnership to put in some new vegetation. We believe that's going to happen this spring. It'll beautify that particular area much more than it had been in the past, and it'll be easier to maintain based on what we plant there. So that is looking good. We're excited about that because it's such a visible location in the community, and it'll show our commitment to keeping things clean and meticulously maintained. That's at least our objective moving forward. Other than that, we will continue to look at different ways that we can maintain our park facilities, because we really like to see people using our parks. You know, a year and a half ago we added a splash pad over at Newman Park. We're looking at possibly adding some additional playground equipment at some of these locations. So as we budget further, we'll try and get those things in place so we can get the City Council to act on some improvements to our park areas. And so that's kind of an exciting development that I think is going to happen in the future, in the near future. So that's what we have going right now in our park and cemetery areas. And we're excited about what we're doing, and they look a lot nicer, and I hope that the public sees it as well.